What's up guys, and welcome to this Bitcoin emergency update. As you can see, Bitcoin had a major pump towards the upside, but we saw some rejection at the 22,530 US dollar level. Are we going to see that we're going to come all the way to this green support box and bounce from these areas? Or are we going to see that we're going to break these areas towards the upside? We're going to find out exactly that, guys, and we're also going to find out where our retracement levels would be. We're also going to look at Ethereum. So guys, if you want to find out more, watch the video until the end, and now let's start with the video. Welcome back to B for Crypto, and thanks for tuning in. Guys, I want to make you aware of something because we had this major pump towards the upside. Are we going to see a massive rejection from these areas, or are we just going to see a fake out towards the downside and bounce back above this line? We're going to find out exactly that, guys. But guys, before we're going to go over into the charts, I want to thank you all for subscribing to my channel. It really means a lot to me, guys. And if you want to support me, go down, smash up the like button and subscribe to my channel. And now let's go over into the charts. So guys, on the 4-hour chart, you can perfectly see that we got rejection at our resistance box that we drew in the last video. So as you guys remember, the price movement was in these regions and we drew out this support and resistance box because we could see we had support and resistance in these areas, and we perfectly found resistance in these areas. So guys, what could we expect? Are we going to see a retracement to these levels or even break these levels? First of all, we are going to draw the Fibonacci retracement levels from this breakout point to the top. And then you can see the 61.8 would be a perfect retracement level. So guys, you can see from the 61.8, we also had in these areas, we had resistance, and then it turned into support, and the price movement bounced from these areas to our high. So guys, are we going to see that we're going to come all the way to the 61.8 and with this also confirm the breakout from this bigger symmetrical triangle and bounce from these regions to see a higher price movement? Guys, we have to be very careful at the moment because at the moment we're in the weekend, and that means there's not so much liquidity in the market, and that means we could see a fake out underneath this trend line and consolidate within these areas until we are going to see a breakout from these regions. But guys, this could also be a fake out towards the downside and we get a lot of liquidity and we bounce back into these regions. So guys, let's go even on the shorter time frames on the 15-minute chart to really determine in which pattern are we at the moment. So guys, on the 15-minute chart, you can see that we consolidated within this symmetrical triangle on the 15-minute chart. So guys, we could see that at this point we got a major rejection and the price dumped all the way down from 21,800 US dollars all the way down to 21,340 US dollars. So are we going to see that we are going to see a fast move towards the downside, or we could expect that the price movement comes back up and retest this trend line, and then we're going to see the breakout towards the downside. So this could be a shorting opportunity, but guys, we have to be really careful because this could also be a failed move equals a fast move in the opposite direction, that we are going to break this pattern towards the upside, because we could see it in the history that it happens in these times a lot, that we see this bullish breakout and then we see this fake out and it breaks out in the opposite direction. Or we are going to see that we are going to see this fake out, everybody is shorting the market and then the market turns around and kicks you in the butt. But guys, we're going to find out how we would trade this opportunity. So guys, I wouldn't jump in a trade exactly now because this will get you wrecked, because you could see that the price comes back in these regions. So if we're going to see that the price movement struggles to get back above this trend line, so then we could open a trade if we see a rejection from this trend line towards the downside. This would be the perfect shorting opportunity in these areas if we're going to see this rejection towards the downside. And guys, how should you set your trade? First of all, you take this measuring tool and you enter a short position in these areas. So I would place my entry point in these areas and my stop loss I would put above the previous high, exactly here. So guys, then you can see that you could take the trade all the way to these bottoms. So this would give you a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And guys, don't enter the trade if we're going to see the price come back in these regions. You want to see that the price movement struggles to get back above this trend line and then turns around, and then you can open the trade towards the downside. And guys, if your trade is in profit in these regions, take your stop loss and put it all the way at your entry point, because guys, if we see a failed move, then you won't lose any money. And that's why it's very important to have a good risk to reward ratio and also a good risk management. So guys, let's go over to Ethereum and see what is Ethereum doing at the moment. So guys, on the daily chart for Ethereum, we could see we had this big W pattern and that we reached the neckline, but we didn't see a breakout from this W pattern. And at the moment, we are getting a rejection from here. So at the moment, this looks like we are going to go all the way back to the bottom and that the price movement will consolidate within these ranges. So guys, on the 4-hour chart for Ethereum, you can see that we broke out perfectly from the symmetrical triangle, but we didn't see a retest from the symmetrical triangle. And at the moment, we are facing resistance from this high that we have formed here. But guys, you also can see that this high that we have formed is definitely a lower high from the previous high. And that isn't too good, because this could tell us that we are going to see a dump towards the downside and that we could see a bounce from this symmetrical triangle like with Bitcoin. So it's very important to now keep an eye on the charts. Are we going to break above in this resistance box? So then we could consolidate in these ranges to see a breakout from these levels. But guys, we're going to find out on the 15-minute chart how we could trade this scenario. So guys, on the 15-minute chart, let me just draw in these trend lines and see if we are also forming a symmetrical triangle like with Bitcoin on the 15-minute chart. And yes, it looks like we are forming this symmetrical triangle, but as you guys can see, we didn't break out yet from this symmetrical triangle like Bitcoin did. So this could be an indication that Bitcoin just had a failed move and that we are going to go back in this symmetrical triangle. So shorting the market at the moment can be really dangerous, guys. So I would just wait and sit this trade out to see if we're going to hold these levels and maybe that Bitcoin comes back in the symmetrical triangle. So guys, if you like this short update about Bitcoin and Ethereum, go down, smash up the like button and also use my links, because you'll get a $25 Bitcoin airdrop if you use my MEXC global referral link and a $1,000 deposit bonus. But guys, you could also use Phemex where you receive a $4,100 deposit bonus. So guys, let's fight this algorithm together. Smash up the like button and subscribe to this channel, and we see each other in the next video. You have to be for crypto.